Hey guys, Harrison1 back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and I'm commentating once again at 2 o'clock in the morning. I seem to be at my commentary prime at this hour. But welcome to DiRT Talks episode 8. Playing some DiRT in this one of the best racing games Codemasters has ever made. Blah 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 blah. You've probably seen a dozen people play through this game by now, so you probably know what you're going to get. So let's talk about it the better. It's bloody brilliant. Go pick it up if you haven't already. Now, first of all, before I really start talking, thanks to everybody who sent kind words and messages on DiRT Talks episode 7. The video did hit 50 likes, so whatever the final number is over the end of May for the amount of likes that video has, I will double it. So, thank you all so much for that. It's not for me, it's for a terrific cause in Great Ormond Street Hospital. So, thanks to those guys. Thanks to all of you who supported that video. You guys are awesome. Anywho, I hate talking about negative things because I'm not a negative person, but this is something I felt like I had to make. And I am a proud member of the F1 community. I'm one of the bigger channels in the F1 community, even though they don't make that much F1 anymore, which is kind of weird. I feel like I'm like KSI, only not quite as annoying. But the thing is like, what happened? Okay, to sum up, it's a quick story. I have to quickly fill in here. Now, it's kind of sad that it has to come to this, but something about this really annoyed me, and it was to do with a video from a channel called Pole Position P1. They are a channel that you know, the broadcast journalists covering motorsports, so Formula 1, NASCAR, Rallycross, etc, etc. They cover a lot of motorsport with videos, interviews, that kind of thing, you know. A couple of days ago, I think it was May the 10th, so 3 days ago, they posted a video called the Grand Prix Challenge, where they'd clearly hired some sort of underground looking location, set up a giant gaming rig down there with, you know, steering wheel, seat on the ground, big screen, and invited 8 Call of Duty and FIFA directors down there for a race-off. Basically, you could be the fastest round the track, and the winner gets an all-expenses-paid VIP trip to the British Grand Prix at Silverstone later in the year. Hooray! The 8 guys they invited were KSI, Ali A, Cal Freezy, Nepenthez, Vicstar, Fear Krads, Calyx, and Tobias Gaming. All big channels. Like, I think there's over 5 million subscribers between the 8 of them. FIFA as a community has really blown up in the last 2 or 3 months. KSI broke the glass ceiling on that altogether, and he barely even plays FIFA now. He thinks he's so funny now that he can go beyond that, and now has over 2 million. Ali A, you know, Fear Krads, all great COD directors and whatnot. But they did it. They did this thing where they had all these 8 guys like get a bit of practice time and then race around Silverstone in a car. Fastest time gets the trip. Blah blah blah. Now, this video went viral quite quickly, obviously because they had all these directors plug this video. You may have seen it if you follow any of the FIFA directors I mentioned, like Cal Freezy, Nepenthez, and KSI, or any of the COD guys I mentioned. They were quickly spreading this video around, and as of this recording, that it has nearly 150,000 views on it. And when this video piped up on my timeline on Twitter, it was other F1 directors that was posting this link, and a lot of them were basically whining and bitching, saying that why wasn't it them? You know, why wasn't it us F1 directors that were getting in on a challenge like this? And you know, oh, these guys drove like crap, blah blah blah. We could do so much better than them. This annoyed me, to be honest. Like, I had a couple of brief tweets about it, but I thought, I've got the kind of material where I want to talk about this in an actual DiRT Talks video, because it annoyed me, and I felt like it deserved talking about, because it's annoying and upsetting me, because I love the F1 community. You guys have been incredibly kind, gracious towards me, understanding, intelligent. I'd run out of superlatives, and I don't want to feel like or come across like I'm biting the hand that feeds me, because a lot of guys have helped me out in the past. A lot of guys in the F1 community are fantastic, and I've only had like one major incident on like the other directors on this channel, and we resolved that quite quickly. It was a Mickey Motions, and that was over a year ago. But unfortunately, I've got to drag his name into this again later down the line, but I'll get to that in a minute. But the whole thing was annoying because for several reasons. Like, to the people saying, "Oh, these guys drove like crap," and we could do so much better than them. My response to that is, duh. Like, have you ever bought a new game, you bring it home, and then you're a bit crap at it to start off with? Yeah, I'm pretty sure 99.9% of gamers are like that. And I'm pretty sure the same thing would apply to 8 directors who probably have never played a Formula 1 game in their lives before. Especially 2012, which is quite difficult to get into, has quite a steep learning curve in terms of mastering the car control. And they probably haven't touched any of the recent F1 games by Codemasters before. So they're brand new to the game. Were you really expecting them to be experts at it the first time they've played it? Like, what were you expecting, really? I mean, like, saying that, we can be better than these FIFA and these COD directors who are playing the game is a bit like saying I'm better at bending my finger than Sebastian Vettel can. It's ultimately quite a bit pointless, and you're not exactly jumping over a very high bar. It's like being in a high jump contest and the bar's on the ground. It's not much of a challenge to say something like that. And yeah, like people saying that these guys aren't very good. Well, they're not really supposed to be if it's the first time they're ever playing the game. That's kind of the whole reason why it's a challenge. Like, they wouldn't invite these guys down and they wouldn't make them do a challenge like this if they were actually playing the game regularly, which they're not. So let's not pretend like they are. It's like shutting them on their ability is ultimately pointless, especially because many of them have not played the game before. We in the F1 community, most of us probably have played at least one of the new Codemasters games that have come out over the last 3.5 years. Or have probably played them on previous consoles in the past, like the PlayStation 3 with F1 Championship Edition, or on the Wii with F1 2009, on a handheld, or even on a PS2 like with F1 2005 or something like that. You know what I mean? So we're way more experienced for the most part anyway, because we love the sport more than they do. So to say we're better is kind of a silly thing to say, because of course you specialise in that kind of content. So the answer to that is duh. Now, the thing that really annoyed me about this was that, a lot of directors were complaining about this, saying, why wasn't it us? We could be so much better than these guys, and why can't we get a turn? And it felt like a lot of guys in the community have got like entitlement issues, as if like YouTube or other channels owe them something. And it's like, guys, why are we arguing about this? Like, clearly this, like, people in the comments were saying as well things like, oh, some of the smarter ones or some of the motorsport guys in there were saying things like, oh, it's like a publicity stunt. Well, duh! Why else would they bring all these COD and FIFA directors down to play Formula 1? Of course it's a publicity stunt. They probably paid good money to bring these guys down to a location and make them race, because it's going to generate content for their channel virally. They might attract new motorsport fans by doing something like this, by inviting people they like to play a racing game. Like, of all the good directors that were involved in this challenge, like I said, I think there's over 5 million subscribers between all 8 of them. They are some of the finest in their community in terms of channel size and growth. Like, if we came down there, or if they chose like the 8 biggest F1 directors to go down there, combined, I don't think we'd even have 50,000 subscribers. We definitely wouldn't have 50,000 unique subscribers, because I'm sure many people will subscribe to a ton of these top-level motorsport or Formula 1 channels in general. So, like, pole position, as of this recording, have about 21,000 subscribers. The top guy in the whole community, Into the Barrier, also has about 21,000 subscribers. So, what attention would a video like like this really bring if they brought F1 directors down? They've brought these 8 guys in, hoping it goes viral, hoping that, you know, all these guys plug in the same video will bring them new viewers and make them money. They're not going to make money by inviting us down when most of us have between 1 and 20,000 subscribers, rather than guys that have, you know, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 plus subscribers, over 1 million in some circumstances. Guys, as much as I love this F1 community, we're not as big as FIFA. We're definitely not as big as COD. So let's stop pretending like we're on the same level. Like, maybe if we all spent a little bit more time growing our channels and making the best content we can and continuing to grow to the best of our ability, then maybe one day we'll get invited to things like this. So let's stop pretending like we're bigger than what we are. Let's stop acting like YouTube or these bigger channels or these community channels owe us something. They don't. Newsflash, people, the world doesn't owe you shit, okay? The world owes us nothing. We've got to go out there and earn everything we get on YouTube, especially in a community or a atmosphere now, or a you know, a website now which plugs the big and ignores the small guys. Like, Google will direct people to videos that are popular to make them more popular. It's like the Tory government. Like, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, you know. So let's stop pretending like we're big, you know. Like, one of the most comments there, Mickey like tried to get his fans over on the video to start talking and he said, and I quote, "Let the F1 community show these guys who's boss driving without assists. Hashtag Mickey Army. Hashtag Mickey is always right." Like, if Pole Position was reading that kind of comment and they're like, oh, these guys are actually making F1 videos, maybe we could invite them on sometime, and they read a comment like that, what kind of impression is that going to give out to the rest of the community? Like, we're going to come across as whiny, spoilt brats, rather than genuinely great people making great content. Now, I'm not saying that Mickey represents the whole community, because he doesn't. He far from does that. And if anything, he's done more to hurt his reputation than help it in recent months. I'm just being honest, like I am on this video and on this channel. But his comment, he was referring or personified the F1 community. And that was the comment he made to come out of it, like acting like we're better than these guys, which again really isn't saying much if we specialise in this kind of content. What kind of impression is that going to give off with the higher ups or the people who run the channel if he's going to be representing the community to say, look, this is what we're saying, this is what we're all about, we're going to show you guys we're going to be better at the game, we're not going to use assists, blah 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 blah. And it's like, God, make it stop, because I know he's better than that, I know the F1 community is better than that, and I know that I'm better than that. Like, let's rise above things like this and channel our frustration or channel our issues with this into making better content, rather than going on Twitter, whining and moaning and saying, you know, we should have a crack at this and we deserve this, we deserve that, when we don't really. You know, none of us in the F1 community have the numbers or have the channel size that these guys are getting invited and making. We're not going to be in Pole Position P1's best interests. So let's not pretend like we are, or that we owed something, or that, you know, we're entitled to something. We're not. Be humble, people, okay? Be humble. Appreciate the position you're in. Keep working to get better. And maybe one day we'll get noticed by something like that, and it will something that will happen that will benefit the whole community, or shine a spotlight on Formula 1 in a positive way. I mean, remember earlier in the year, I was representing the F1 community on Machinima UK, and therefore that was a big opportunity for me, not just for me but for other F1 directors, because maybe they can get invited to be on Machinima UK more often, and, you know, maybe things like that will keep coming up. Unfortunately, I was never invited back, but the opportunity was more than enough for me personally to say, look, let's go out and do this, and, you know, let's shine the spotlight to Formula 1 in general. So, you know, this is not the way to do it, I don't think. It's negative, it doesn't come across well, and quite frankly, we're better than that. So let's cut the bull crap, alright? Let's go out there, make the best videos we can, keep growing, and get better. Because isn't that what it's all about ultimately on YouTube? Or is it just me? Let's not lose sight of the bigger picture here. Props to Pole Position for getting those guys on. You know, it may not sound great that they got all these COD guys and FIFA guys to do it. And I understand why people were saying, no, it's a bit bullshitty. Yeah, it is. But at the end of the day, if they're looking for gaming people and they're looking to get as many video views as possible, you know, to get their names out there, we would do the same thing if we were organising something like this. Yes, the quality of the videos might be slightly better if we had like Formula 1 directors like Into the Barrier, Athlete, Mickey Motions, me, Alex Zafro, Tiametri UK, etc., all on there doing that thing instead. But would it get them video views? Probably wouldn't. So let's think of the bigger picture here. They're a business, they're trying to make money, they've got a market, etc. So don't bite on it, guys. You're better than that. Move on, alright? That's how I see it. You can shoot me down for this, you can call me out for, you know, for being, you know, arrogant or whatever on that. If you've got an opinion on this, feel free to tell me in the comments, man. At the end of the day, it's your video. It's affecting you guys. If you've got an opinion, please feel free to let me know. Yes, that's what Dre Talks is all about. It's me just being honest with you guys, because I think honesty is one of my main elements on this channel, and I think a lot of people are subscribed for me. They want to hear more of me. And this is what I thought of the whole thing. I thought it was just unnecessary in general, more than anything else. But again, if you have a different opinion, tell me. We can talk it out. I love healthy debate as much as the next guy. Anywho, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will catch you all next time. Sayonara, guys.